I have pushed the button, and we are back live on Twitch with Skull and Shackles here on Uncanny Adventures. And last time, it's been a little while, we were just talking about it. Last time, our brave pirate crew were forced to clean up the bilges, deal with some sizable rats that had found their way down there and were making a home amongst the gross water and broken down crates. They sort of split up amongst the ship when they had finished. There were various shenanigans that had gone on. Martins had managed to stumble into the armory and leave with a cutlass. Holt found him, brought him back up to Master Scourge, and they were sent back down because Master Scourge was certain that they had not finished the job of cleaning the bilges completely. So, after actually collecting all of the dead rat carcasses from the bilges, and Holt very, very pristinely cleaning the water, for at least today, it's the cleanest those bilges have been. Yes, magic. Magic is good. They all started making their way back upstairs, and once again ran into the sad-looking figure that has been chained under the stairs for the last few days. After briefly trying to get him to have a conversation, they realized that perhaps he's a very simple fellow. He doesn't have much to say, and they decided to help him out a bit. Holt brought some water with soap and was cleaning him up. Miri is on watch to make sure that nobody catches them, in case they're not supposed to be here or doing this. And Antoinette and Bart were collecting some rations to feed the gentleman, because no one's quite sure when maybe he last ate. And meanwhile, Martins has been roaming around, doing what Martins does. Most of the rest of this group isn't really sure what it is that Martins gets up to, but if they don't ask questions, maybe they won't get in trouble too. And he, meanwhile, is now wandering back up to the quartermaster store because he apparently has been personally requested by Cutthroat, who is drinking with fish guts. So, real quick, we're going to go around and say hello to everybody again, and we're going to jump back in and see what happens the rest of today and for the continuation of our high sea adventure. So, we will start with Miri.
Hi, I'm Brad. I play Miri Watersong, the Water Genasi, Wild Magic Sorcerer number 2, and second level, and we're looking forward to having some shenanigans today.
And Holt.
Hi everybody, I'm PaladinHulk, and I'm playing Holt, the Pirate Paladin, which is an amazing combination that works flawlessly. I'm hoping for more fun little social stuff today.
And how about Antoinette?
Hi, I'm Antoinette de Jong, and I am a Triton Storm Sorcerer. Storm Sorcerer number 2, or number 1, depending. The other one. And I've recently discovered that apparently power is good, magic is good, electricity. So that'll be fun.
Will be interesting. And how about Bart?
Hi, I'm Dylan, and I play Bartholomew Ignatius Seacaster, who is a Sahwagon bard. Yeah. I'm hoping nobody else tries to take my hat today.
It is a nice hat.
But it's mine.
We'll see if we run into Tawny again. She really liked that hat.
Hey, I gave her a potion, okay?
That was yesterday. All I'm saying, that was yesterday. All right. So, and just to review, so that everybody knows what they have for from donations, because if you donate, and there's a little donation window that explains what you can donate and what the players will get, and there's also an explanation down below. But Miri has an advantage. Holt has a natural 20 and 2 advantages. Antoinette has 2 natural 20s, an advantage, and a natural 1.
Oh.
And Bart has 2 natural 20s and an advantage. And apparently, I still have 5 natural 20s that are hanging out there in that window.
Not about that.
But also 2 natural 1s.
Maybe I should hope for combat, so maybe we burn some of those.
And don't forget, my happy crew, that those 2 natural ones, those don't forget they're there, because you get to toss those at me at some point if you want to. You know, be kind. But yes, when last we found you all, you are in the hold, and Owlbear is plucking away the feathers and tossing them away one by one as they come unstuck, and happily grabs a handful of biscuits when Bart and Antoinette get back and starts munching on the biscuits. Thank you, Brad, for the nat one for the DM.
Is he enjoying the biscuits?
He seems to be enjoying them very much.
Good.
Well, that's good.
And he's munching away with his mouth full. As you clean him up, it takes a little bit to finish scrubbing the last of this hardened goop off of him, as it has set in pretty well. But you do manage to clean him up very well. He looks like a brand new man. As he scratches his head, he sniffs himself a little.
We have no idea how long he's been like this, right?
He has been chained there for the last 3 days, and that's as much as you know, because that's as long as you've been on the ship.
And it didn't look... Did it look super fresh when we boarded?
It did not look. When you first saw him, it was pretty old. Like, it looked like it was at least a week or more that he had been in that shape.
Oh, dang.
One shower in 10 days.
Yep. You don't think he was able to get off ship in Port Peril and go clean himself up. It looks like he's been confined to the ship for some time.
Oh, this poor guy. How malnourished does he look now that he's clean?
He actually doesn't look that bad off as far as nourishment goes. It does look like someone keeps him fed and brings water to him, though you've never seen who does that.
I have to keep eyes open on that in the future.
So, once you finish up, he happily eats the crumbs from his fingers. You just see him licking. Nice fish.
I try my best.
Nice. He shakes off the crumbs. He's got little kind of stubble. It looks like somebody shaves him, every now and then, and so he's got some stubble that's come in over the last few days probably, and he's got all the crumbs in the stubble, and he just is looking and pulling at it and getting every crumb out of the stubble.
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to teach him how to say Sahu again, so I hope you're all right with him calling you fish. I know
That might be difficult, yes.
I have trouble saying Sahu again. So
I think everybody does, to some degree.
I just don't say anything to you. Makes it easy.
That's just mean. Well, he's perfectly nice. Right, well, this worked out. Look, he's happy and everything.
We have a new Brad.
True.
I feel like we should take a little break, like a little short rest or something. I'm feeling a bit like we could
We
take.
did work hard cleaning him up. You're right.
We did, and it's. I'm certainly not feeling the best I usually feel. So it'd be quite nice to take a break if we could.
You could do that.
I don't see why not.
Sure, I could keep watch.
Alright, let's take a short rest. I would like to roll some hit dice. So apparently I only have 6 hit points.
Oh.
I don't know how that happened. So
I mean, there were rats and there was a tanglefoot bag. These things, they happen.
The rats weren't a problem.
yeah, I think it was the bag. The bag kind of messed me up. So that's fine.
Yeah.
But it is
Forgot
fine.
about that.
Are you gonna be all right? Do you need medical attention or
No,
something?
I should be fine. I should be fine. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now after the short rest.
Oh, it already happened. That was quick. That was a short rest.
Yeah, it was a really short rest.
So yeah, part of it could be as you're all cleaning up Owlbear, Antoinette could find a spot to sit on a crate or something. When she's resting, a couple of the pigs might wander over and kind of lay down and relax. They've worn themselves out chasing each other around. This part of the deck for a while, like running in circles. Apparently the goats have found their way back into the kitchen when the door was open at some point, because they're no longer out here chasing the pigs. But you do hear the clucking of chickens coming from what you know is Fishgut and Cutthroat's bedroom, though the door is shut. So they're not
There's
out
no one
here.
in the kitchen then?
Fishguts is in the kitchen, and last Bart and Antoinette saw, the Cutthroat had walked from the quartermaster's store out into the kitchen to get some more alcohol, because she had been in the quartermaster's store sitting on one of the chests and just drinking some kind of like ale that was not impressive to her, but she had no other options for the moment, so that was what she was drinking.
Okay.
You hear as you kind of wait and kind of relax, and you see Antoinette kind of patching herself up a little bit. You do hear at some point Martin's kind of start playing in the next room through the door. So it seems as if Cutthroat has put him to work for the afternoon.
Sounds like he's got to play for his supper.
Yes.
A lot when he plays.
He's not bad at it, for sure.
He is good.
You see Owlbear kind of lean out and listen, and just kind of bob his head a little bit to it.
It seems Owlbear likes it too.
Man's got good taste then.
So after about an hour or so is up, and Antoinette, you're kind of stretching and stuff. Miri, you do hear footfalls coming through the upstairs and starting to clink down the stairs to this deck.
So I will run into the group and I will say, okay, we need to hide Owlbear and we need to look busy because there's somebody coming.
Where the fuck are we gonna hide him? He's chained up.
He's chained up, it's true.
You look over and he just does like a wave, like
Throw stuff on top of him or something.
That's just gonna get him dirty again. You know how long it's been cleaning him?
Just throw like a tarp or something on him. Come on now, we can't let them see
Right,
him like
tough.
that.
That's good. I look around if there's like a blanket.
make me a perception check for a blanket or something to cover him with.
I see nothing. Hopefully Holt does.
Holt, you look around and there are like some rolled, like just like 3 rolled things of cloth kind of stuffed with some of the crates.
I try one.
You pull out a bolt of cloth. What do you
Sit
do
down,
with this?
Owlbear. Sit down, Owlbear.
He's like looking around and he like he sits and kind of tucks himself in his corner.
Here you go.
Good, Owlbear.
I'm going to make do some minor illusion. I'm gonna place like a couple chairs in front of it, or like a little chest or something,
Okay.
so that it's more hidden behind it, I guess.
And I'm gonna grab a swabbing mop and I'm gonna start swabbing the deck.
That was my idea too. I'm gonna do the same thing.
All right.
You're so quick. I get caught doing nothing. I'm just standing there.
I'm gonna go, and then after doing the minor illusion, I'm gonna chase some pigs.
Holt, you're supervising.
So
Come on now.
the pigs who were quietly resting and happy, all of a sudden the two small pigs that were by Antoinette's feet start squealing madly and running as Antoinette goes rushing across the deck after the pigs. Bart and Miri have pulled out and have like scrub brushes and mops, and Holt is standing there. Owlbear is like quietly like underneath his cloth behind the illusionary chairs, and this figure comes around the corner. Like first, like Holt, you're the first to see him because you're just kind of standing there with Owlbear, and the stairs are to your left, and you see like this head like poke out around the corner, and it's this about maybe just under 6 foot tall, kind of lanky human that you haven't really met yet. He's sort of spent most of his time kind of up on the rear deck on the stern of the ship where the captain is. You maybe saw him once in passing, like checking on the ship's guns, but mostly you haven't heard him say anything. He has like an eye patch over his left eye, and he sort of sticks his head around the corner and looks at you with
What's
his...
the state of his clothes?
They're, I mean, a little bit unkempt, but not bad. Like, he just looks like maybe he's been busy, though he does have some black, like, smears here and there that you're not sure at first what that might be. And he has, like, a little bit, it looks like soot almost, kind of like even on his cheek in a couple places. And he looks around the corner, and at first, like, he kind of has to extend his head out because he can't see with the left eye, so he's got to go all the way out. And he looks and he goes, "What you doing?"
Oh, hello, sir. Welcome. To this room, I guess. Is there anything you need?
Coming down to get some powder.
Powder? What kind of powder? Like for your face?
Like the kind that explodes.
Face.
Oh my god, we've got that. That's super dangerous.
How do you
Well,
think?
we do have cannons, I suppose.
How do you think the cannon goes off? Yeah, whoa, yeah. I haven't seen you up close yet, and he's pointing at Bart.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
He's not scary. He won't eat him. I promise. He's nice.
You're all new.
Yep.
Yeah, we are.
That's correct.
Hi, my name's Holt. Don't think we've met.
I'm Mary. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Antoinette.
Yep. You're okay. Then yeah, you're the new. Okay, I heard about you.
What's your name, sir?
They call me Kipper.
Kipper.
Yeah,
Why do they call you Kipper?
'cause it's me name.
No.
It's a good reason.
Why they call you Mary?
Because that's my name.
So, I mean, yeah,
So your mum and dad called you Kipper?
I suppose.
Was it like your mom's favorite food was kippers?
It's odd, isn't it?
What?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know.
Let's not make fun of the poor man's name.
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just asking. I'm curious.
Hey, Kipper, what do you do on board?
Well, I'm the gunner's mate.
Oh, that's cool.
What does
Are
the
we
gunner's
about,
mate do?
are we about to shoot at someone? Is that why you're getting the powder?
We gotta be ready if we do have to shoot at someone.
Ah, okay, so we're not yet shooting.
So, aren't you ready now?
I mean, I'm ready now, but I'm making sure that I'm ready now and I'm ready for after now.
We haven't shot anything in the last 3 days, though, so why do you need to replace what you've got?
Well, 'cause it's a ship and things get wet 'cause it's an ocean and there's waves. And, I mean, you look like you know about water.
I know very much about water.
So,
Well, he knows about guns, so let's not contradict him on how to do his job. I'm sure,
I
like, if
just
there's
asked.
powder, then there's some reason or another. Why, we shouldn't really be bothering you with all this. Are we in your way? Carry on.
the pig goes under his feet. Why is the pigs running around again?
Because they want to. I don't know.
I mean,
Can I help you with this powder stuff? I like to watch things blow up.
I mean,
I just shake my head at the no, don't do it. Don't.
he looks at Mary. He's like, "Yeah, you can carry the keg of powder for me."
Sure. I could carry a lot.
Over here, and he walks around like the stairs, as if he's gonna go down to the next deck. But he goes to where there's a couple of barrels stacked just alongside the stairs, and he reaches down and picks up a barrel, and he turns and he like puts it in your hands.
Hold up, those things contain the exploding powder. They're like right there. We've passed those barrels like 5 times.
And
What happens if I fall into it by mistake?
This is heavy.
well, if he leans on the barrel that Mary's holding, and he puts his hand on his cheek, and he says to you, "Well, if you fall into it and knock it over, nothing should happen unless you're on fire. And then if you're on fire, it'll probably explode, and you'll explode with it."
Right. Quiet.
And I drop the barrel.
Like a sign or something.
Yeah, but up until now, you didn't know what was in it, so would you have messed with it?
No.
Hey, you fell over.
I just dropped the barrel. It shattered on the deck.
It's full of exploding powder, you dumbass. Like, what if someone comes by and he's having a smoke or something?
He leaned on me. It was heavy.
I'll come over and get my scrub and like put it into the dustpan. Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, I just sit on the floor and like just push it all together as best I can.
I watched this. I'm just standing here watching this.
Antoinette and Holt, you see, like coming through the illusory chairs, you see the sheet, like the cover, the cloth, and you see like a big meaty hand lifting and looking out with one eye, like around, like.
Stay back there, Albert. This is dangerous.
He backs back through the illusion, and you see the sheet flutter back over his head.
This powder goes boom, which is bad.
Boom.
Right. So smart.
Kipper walks around and it's like, who covered up Albert?
I mean, he was all naked, like. I figured it was like, decent.
I mean, he had like short pants on. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Well, you, and he points at Mary. You're not carrying powder anymore. He's like, you just wasted a whole barrel of powder.
I can help you, and I go and get another barrel. Why not?
Do we have any empty barrels? I can scoop the rest of this powder into the barrel.
Yeah, there's probably empty barrels over there, and he points across the
get a
hold.
barrel.
Yeah, you do that, Bart. Yeah.
Oh yes, it's my name. Yeah.
Yeah. And you, all right, you
That's really nice.
you got the powder. You're gonna carry the powder then. Antoinette picks up a barrel of powder. He looks at Mary. He's like, "You're not allowed to touch the barrels anymore."
But I like to blow things up.
Don't blow
Okay.
up the ship we're on.
You're really not allowed to touch the barrels anymore.
Maybe I could take small scoops.
No, like not at all. Like you just
It's explosive powder, not ice cream. You don't get scoops.
Well, you don't use a whole powder in one cannon. You've got to take small scoops for each cannon.
He walks up and leans in close and like squints his one good eye at you, Mary, and he's like, "Is there something wrong with you?"
No,
I nod at him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
not at all. What makes you think there's anything wrong?
My good eye tells me so.
No.
Which eye is your good eye? I
The-
look at him.
The left one.
Okay.
Is it
right.
like a magic eye? I can like read people's like true hearts.
Yes.
That is so cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So I know if you're getting up to anything. And then I'll
wanna
have to
make-
talk to Master Scourge and let him know.
I
Right.
want to telling the truth.
I'm sorry. I'm the one who cleaned up Albert. I confess.
Oh my
It's
god.
me. Don't turn me into Mr. Scourge. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put my hand on Hulk's mouth.
No, it just looks so sad, and he's been like that for
Shut
days.
up.
Where do I need to take this barrel?
That's going up on deck.
Do you want to show me where?
Yes, I do, because I don't want to stay down here anymore.
Well, I'll follow you up.
Oh, no. You should keep swabbing the deck over there. And he points to the other side of the hold by the door of the kitchen. You should definitely come nowhere near this side of the deck.
I can help with the cannons.
I think I might be good.
Oh, come on now. I can help with cannons.
The man outranks you, Miri. That's like an order which you've got to follow. Like, we're like a military unit, only like super chaotic.
He didn't say it was an order.
Oh, no, I did. I did.
Oh. Okay.
Definitely. Like, you're supposed to go swab the deck over there. By the door.
Okay.
And don't go up the stairs.
Ever?
Well, those over there.
Ever?
Ever.
So I can't go up for morning roll call. Good. Thank you.
No.
No jobs for me tomorrow.
Alright.
I was given an order.
You
I'll stay
know,
down here.
I'm just gonna... Yeah, you with the barrel with me. Let's go. And he walks back around the corner and goes up and around for Antoinette to follow.
I follow, carrying the barrel.
With one hand.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
He leads you up and onto deck where it's a busy afternoon. You see Conchabar up in the rigging, moving about, mending sail and working. As you come over, he's sort of like come up alongside where one of the other crew members, the small halfling Rosie, is kind of like working just at deck level. And he sort of swings down dramatically as you come through the door, and you watch him, like, big smile on his face and kind of tip his hat to her. And she looks up. In, like, a single motion, she takes out her hatchet and cuts the line that he's swinging on to kind of swing around so that he's very dramatically making an entrance in front of her. And you watch him just sort of tumble to the deck. She breathes. She sticks the hatchet back in her belt and kind of strolls away across the deck as Conchabar sort of tumbles at your feet. His hat kind of on the ground, his little cane lying next to him. And he starts picking himself up, and he looks up and he goes, oh, well, hello there. Don't worry about that. I meant to do that. Oh, my hat. And he reaches and picks up his floppy purple hat and puts it on. Stands up to his just under 3 foot height and looks up at you. What you have in the barrel?
Sorry, what do I have in the barrel?
Of course. What's in the barrel?
Some sort of exploding powder.
Oh my.
I don't know. I'm just carrying it, but apparently I shouldn't drop it. I don't know.
He picks up his cane and leans on his cane. I wouldn't, drop it, no. That'd be dangerous. Kipper's like, just put it down over there.
But, like, if it's fun to explode, maybe we should just see what happens.
Kipper looks at you and says, we're not just gonna see what happens when it explodes.
Oh.
We're gonna put the barrel... What? Are you all right, too?
Fine, I'll put it down. I take it over and I put it where they say, and I'm like, but this would be fun, right? Maybe just a little bit.
Kipper goes, no! Wait, have you worked with explosives in the past?
I have not, but that sounds so much fun. Can you show me how it works? Please?
You'll see how it works the next time I fire a cannon. But we're not going to waste our supply. That we already have a broken barrel downstairs that your friend
Okay,
dropped.
but like, isn't there something we can shoot at that wouldn't be a waste? Like maybe some seagulls or something.
You see it? We're out to sea now. I don't see any seagulls. They stay by land a lot. Do you see seagulls?
Okay, if I find a seagull for you, will we shoot at it?
Oh my god, I am not having this conversation. And he just turns and strolls across the deck. And Conchabar is leaning on his cane. He goes, well, that was the most entertainment I've had today. Did you get the look on Rosie's face? Did she look impressed?
I think she did. Do you like Rosie?
Oh, she's a wonderful. But I'm, and he pulls at his mustache. I love all women. Women are wonderful, beautiful. Can do no wrong in my eyes. You are a beautiful woman.
Oh, why thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I move my hair about.
Yes.
So what do you do on the ship?
Well, I tend to climb around in the rigging, fixing things where need be, keeping an eye out when necessary. I'm, quite the swashbuckler. And he, dramatically picks up his cane, flips it up so he's holding the bottom part of it, and then draws the sword from it. And says, "Ha-ha! Oh, but don't you worry."
Suitably impressed.
He slides it back into the cane, it clinks in, he puts it back down and leans on it again. He goes, "Why?" And he tips the hat. "Thank you, my dear. Yes, I have, been a pirate for quite a long time, yes indeed." And you hear from a little ways away, Rosie says, "He's been on this boat a day longer than you."
Wow, where were you before?
Well, I was in Port Peril. I was having some beverages with some fine fellows, and we were gambling for some coin. I do like a game of chance, and well, you should really pay attention to what some people have up their sleeves when you play. I mean, mostly I was looking for cards. I wasn't looking for a cudgel. The welt has finally gone down on the back of my head, though.
I see. So you're not here by choice?
Oh, I mean, maybe not initially, but, we have to choose to enjoy what life throws in our path. I mean, I would never have met the ravishing Rosie had I not been conscripted on board this pirate ship.
That is true. I mean, I've been here only a few days, and I'm enjoying, it's so different. Everything is here. People are so strange up here.
Yes, indeed.
There's weird creatures down below, like rats and pigs. Pigs are so cool.
Oh, the pigs, yes, they're quite, tasty when you, have them for lunch.
You eat them?
You've never eaten a pig?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, they're quite, a delicacy.
Huh. But they're so cute.
They are adorable, aren't they? It's such a toss-up between how cute they are or how tasty they are. I guess it just depends on how hungry you are.
So what do you do on the ship then?
Well, I'm a rigger, of course.
What does a rigger do?
Oh, various tasks, up above.
Rigging things?
Yes, of course.
I see.
I'm very good at what I do. Yes.
Well, it's been fun. What was your name again?
Well, it's Conchabar Turlock Shotstone, of course.
Of course. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I sort of give a little bow. Is there anyone still with the barrel?
Kipper is nearby the barrel. He seems to be inspecting the cannons that are kind of lashed to the deck off to the side. And he is, yes, near the barrel.
All right. I want to go back downstairs towards where the others are and where the other barrels are. And I want to look at one of the other barrels.
All right, so while Antoinette is up above, the rest of you are still in the hold.
Yep.
Antoinette's illusory chairs eventually vanish after the first minute or so that she is away. What are the three of you up to in this little bit of
We'll
time?
make sure that we clean up the explosive powder that was spilled, because that's just a hazard.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And I make a sign.
I'm on the other side.
Like I said, I think Bart gets an empty barrel and does his best to get as much of the explosive powder into the barrel, which probably like the top of the big pile, but everything else is just kind of wet or whatever on the deck. So he's like,
Why don't you? I'll have you roll me a dexterity to see how good a job Bart does
sure.
getting all of this scooped up and cleaned up.
I'll assist.
All right, so you can have advantage. which is definitely useful as I think how do you assist this, because Bart is definitely making more of a mess when you first walk over to help him.
All right. I guess I catch everything he drops.
okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, that should work. That was a low roll.
So Bart sweeps and scoops and spills, and luckily,
Careful.
I like to think Holt like has some more of that material, and it's just like, and just catches it in the cloth, like oh, and dumps it into the thing.
Oh, must I do everything?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to cast water to wash all of this powder away.
All right, so
Going.
Adapt to the bilge.
What if there's a lot of furnace on board somewhere that we've not seen?
Uh-oh.
You two fools can't do it right, so let me clean it up for you from afar.
So as Holt and Bart get about maybe half a barrel back, all of a sudden water just washes through the rest of the deck under your feet and just soaks through the rest of the pile, and just like it's right by the stairs that go down, so you just wash down to the deck below and wash away.
I hope there's no one down there.
She'll be all right.
Ah, it's all wet now, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, all's well that ends well, I guess. If it's wet, it won't explode, right?
No.
As I understand it.
No, that's good then. Now, maybe we should be safe and make all the other gunpowder wet too.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
I don't think they'd be happy if we did that.
We need gunpowder to. We need gunpowder to take care of the other ships when they come.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. It's just. I'll just make a sign and hope that it's enough.
All right.
Oh,
Right.
you can write?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh,
No, it's not that hot. You can't write.
I can write just fine. I just didn't think
Oh,
you
all right. I worried that I had to teach you for a second.
You hear from underneath the sheet, right,
Yeah, right.
right.
You are right, Albert.
Mm-hmm. Albert's so smart. I love that man.
Albert's great.
Right, I go and find some sort of thing I can write on, and then I make like a boom powder, no fire sign.
So you can pick up.
Pictograms?
Yep, you could pick up like a broken piece from the barrel that Miri broke, and then after a bit of searching, you find like some charcoal or chalk amongst some of the leftover like pieces of things that they've had in the hold before. So you can use that to sort of make your sign on this broken piece of barrel.
Well, don't I just write on the barrel itself? That's much quicker. I'm done.
Yeah, you can do that.
I do that instead.
What do you write specifically?
Boom powder.
Awesome.
And then no fire. But that's less important. I don't know if something's going to interrupt me.
Nope. The only thing that interrupts you is eventually Antoinette making her way back down the stairs from above deck.
Well, I feel much safer now.
Hi, Antoinette.
Hi. Okay, question. So how well do I know this ship by now?
Well, there's a few places you haven't been. Mostly you have not seen the captain's quarters. And you haven't seen the inside of the room that Peppery Longfarthing, that sort of crazy-eyed woman with the crispy hair, popped out of when Martins was in the armory. So you haven't really seen what's inside that room that she was in, but otherwise you have seen pretty much all of the ship at this point.
And based on what I've seen so far, are there any parts of the ship so far that I know are more hidden than others, / people don't really tend to go to them?
You know that aside from passing through to come up and down, you're not really supposed to spend a lot of time in the officer's cabin, which is the cabin up that the stairs lead up to from the hold that you're in. And the only people who you know that have been allowed in the captain's cabin are his officers. Nobody that you know from the crew themselves.
Not even the captain is allowed in there.
Not even the captain. No.
What I more meant is, if I wanted to hide something on the ship, is there a place that I already know where I can hide it?
So at this point, you would
Bill?
probably think that. I mean, you do know that in the lower deck where you sleep, there are footlockers with locks, and there's a few that aren't claimed. So you do know you could take one and lock something up in it. You also, the bilges don't get a lot of traffic. Mostly it's only whoever gets stuck with cleaning duty that ends up down there. Otherwise,
Well, she's been in the galley too. The galley's like a mess, isn't it?
the galley is a mess. She has just now, within the last little bit, been in the galley for the first time, and it
So-
is quite a mess.
Pending.
Nobody goes in the bilge. You could hide it there.
It's true.
Was the mess joke like intended? Because mess.
So how many barrels of gunpowder are there?
Currently, that you can see, there are approximately, by your count, you think 6 of the barrels that are stacked in here are powder.
Okay.
They are secured though, right?
Oh yeah,
They
they're in like an area that's like lashed. Like Miri had to reach in. Well, Kipper picked one up and handed it to Miri from inside, where they're kind of all lashed in together. And when they remove them, the ropes can be pulled and tightened so that they're held in place.
Okay, what I want to do is I want to grab another barrel.
Okay, Antoinette acquires a barrel of gunpowder.
And I would like to...
Oh boy.
Did he send you to get another one? How much of the stuff does he need?
No.
Big cannon. I don't know.
Maybe it's just not that dangerous. Maybe you need like a whole barrel to fire a cannon.
They're heavy.
I would like to take it and... Would they see if I take it down to the builders? Like us? Would the
You
others
know right
see?
now that the only people who are down on this level currently are you, like your group.
Okay, but like Paladin, he's gonna notice if I take
I mean,
it down.
they
I'm
are
a
all
player, I
right.
notice everything.
They are all right there currently. Like
Yeah.
like Holt, Miri,
I don't have
Bart.
to leave this room to get to the stairs or anything, right?
You're standing where the barrels are. You are literally standing at the top of the stairs that lead down.
Okay,
To the
I will belay that, and I will keep this in mind for later when other people aren't around.
Ah, okay. So you eye the barrels, but do not take one at this time.
Yeah, I take a note on how easy it'd be to acquire one.
All right.
Okay.
You're noticing my handiwork on writing boom powder on it, eh? Wasn't that a
Looks
good idea?
It looks really good. I like the little icon thing you drew there.
Yeah, like really makes the boom pop. I think that maybe like, that'll deter people from smoking near the stuff. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I don't think it's fireworks.
No, it doesn't look like fireworks.
Okay,
Right.
good.
Fireworks are fun.
Right.
True.
And if you thought it was fireworks, maybe it'd be like, oh, let me just toss a match in there and have a good time.
That's typically what people do with fireworks, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Toss a match in there. Come on.
Yeah.
I've only like seen it up in the air, so I don't actually know how that goes. But it's probably something like that.
Well, that's when they go up in the air. Have you ever seen them when somebody accidentally tips them over and shoots them across the ground?
Oh boy.
In real life, yes. That's not fun. Weigh down your bottles, everybody.
Yeah. Boy.
So what do we do now?
Well,
I don't know. Did he have any other jobs for you? Or
No, yeah, I just kind of walked away.
I'm not allowed to go upstairs anymore, so I'm hanging out down here.
I did meet someone else though. Someone who apparently rigs things. I don't know what that means.
no, I'm a rigger. That's my job too. That's
Oh,
like
cool.
rolling around on the ropes and like fastening stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Didn't you
there we
try
are, there's
that?
another one of you.
I didn't think you did very well on that, Paul.
I did fine.
But
Not
how
sure.
come you got to swap decks the next day?
I don't know. Maybe they like think I need a variety of experience for the job.
Oh, okay.
Like you've got to know how this whole ship goes.
it's true.
I know. Now we've learned about this boom powder stuff. Maybe tomorrow I'll be cooking. Who knows?
Well, maybe. I mean,
I
Are you
want to.
only-
I
are you
want to
only
go to.
cooking?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Mary, where do you want to go?
I want to go to the captain's cabin and listen to the door.
Okay.
oh, all right.
So you go up to.
And I'm gonna have a mop in my hand as I go.
All right. All right.
But I'm swapping the bag.
I like it.
Swapping the bag.
All right, so you go up the stairs that are outside the kitchen door toward the captain's cabin. And they go up and it stops at this solid-looking wooden door with iron, furnishings across it. It's doorknob. There's a lock, like a keyhole on it as you're looking at it. What are you doing, Miri?
I'm gonna put my ear against the door and see if I can hear anything.
All right. So, Miri, you put your ear against the door, and I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity saving throw when you put your ear against the door.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yep. All right. So, Miri, you put your ear against the door, and you feel this super sharp pain go through your ear. There's like a loud cracking sound. The rest of you hear this bzzz.
Oh no.
So take
Okay.
5 points of lightning damage
Ouch.
as the side of your head is zapped. And make me just another dexterity saving throw. All right, you manage to not fall
Down the stairs.
down the stairs after this happens, but the rest of you hear this electric bzzz. I'm not sure what kind of sound Miri might make from this.
Ow!
And there's this sort of burnt smell that starts to waft across from the stairs where Miri just went up the stairs.
Hmm.
I'm
was
going
that?
to swab the deck.
Are you all right, Miri?
I'm okay.
Okay.
That hurt.
Miri, I forget, what's Miri's hair and stuff normally look like?
It's kind of bushy and wavy.
Okay, it's sort of sticking out
Yeah.
pretty straight at this point. There's a scorch mark.
Aren't you the Triton? Or no, that you're the Water Genasi.
Water genasi.
Yeah.
Water Genasi.
There's kind of a little scorch mark on the side of Miri's face.
Ow. So much for trying to clean the captain's cabin.
Hmm. Maybe he likes it dirty in there.
He must.
The door from the galley opens, and Fish Guts leans out. What the hell was that?
So
I
now
was-
it's streamed for some reason.
I was cleaning and I got zapped.
By what?
I don't know. Something on the captain's door.
Your head's smoking.
I know.
He reaches out and touches your hair. Oof. Well, and he looks at the chicken on his shoulder. What do you think, Miss Basilbell? She's Mm-hmm. I agree. He turns around and walks back in and shuts the door behind him.
Is that like a special chicken?
Yes, a very special chicken, from what he tells me.
Oh. Is it going to be dinner someday?
I don't think so. He's like a chicken enthusiast or something like that.
Ah.
Chicken!
I'm going to make my way back down the stairs, rubbing my face, trying to get my hair to...
Exactly. You were cleaning the door, then
well, I was cleaning the top step and I leaned towards the door and I got zapped.
Like, how?
I don't know. It just zapped me. The door zapped me.
Was it like a magic thing?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It must have been. I don't know. It was just some zapping thingy. Antoinette can figure it out. She likes this lightning stuff.
It's true.
Antoinette.
She does.
I could have a look. Pass me the mop you're having.
There you go.
Alright, I would like to go up to the door and I would like to have a look at the door.
Maybe we should tell someone, like, if someone like put a magic trap on the captain's door as like a prank, that could go
Maybe.
horribly wrong.
Maybe.
Maybe it's to keep
One of
us
those,
out.
one of those joy buzzer things.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so what do I do to look at it?
Do you want to make a perception check?
Sure, why not? Let's have a look how this works out. Oh god, I've got such low perception. Oh my god. Hang on, what bonuses do I have? What can I do? I have a natural. Oh no, never mind. I'll just do it.
All right.
Go on. Full
No,
perception. Score.
You look at the door, kind of look around at it, and you don't see anything that would say, "Oh, this door is dangerous." It looks like a common, everyday, solid wooden door bound in iron.
I open the door.
All right, so you reach out and take the handle to open the door. You notice immediately as you go to turn it, it's locked, and then you need to make a dexterity saving throw as you feel a jolt of energy singe into your hand.
All right.
All right. And you take
I think we took that short rest.
8 points of lightning damage, and then just roll me another dexterity saving throw as you get shot back a little from the door at the top. All right, you watch as...
I'm standing at the bottom of the stairs watching her, by the way.
Okay, so you can roll a dexterity saving throw to catch her before she hits the ground as she comes off the stair. And...
I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to give me advantage on that roll.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
All right, so with advantage, you manage to catch hold of Antoinette as she comes off the platform up the stairs and just flies out, her hair on end, her like. Oh wait, do you have what's Antoinette? Yeah.
I've got longish hair.
Okay.
I've got yeah, there's lots of hair. It's probably a bit longer than shoulder length.
There's you actually all, since you're paying attention this time, kind of see this electric burst as she just flies backward and kind of comes down the stairs and crumples on top of Miri, who catches hold of Antoinette.
Why the not else that looked dangerous as... Oh my god, are you alright?
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, all right.
Fun?
Well, you
You
enjoyed it.
crazy, you almost died.
Fun.
I help you up. And
I sort of shake out my hands, like to get the electricity out. I sort of shake it out, but I was enjoying that. That was fun.
And
Did you catch that? I heal you for 5 hit points as
Oh,
I...
I did not. Okay, thank you.
and I believe with Tides of Chaos, I can have the Wild Magic Sorcerer roll their Wild Magic Surge.
God.
You're a little bit off from getting zapped in the head, so
Oh boy.
I know this is great.
I love it. That's why I played a Wild Magic Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
76.
Mm. Ooh. What is a 76?
Let's see.
I had the page. I lost the page. 76. I glow with a bright light in a 30-foot radius for the next minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of me is blinded until the end of its next turn.
So Miri lights up, boom, and for just a second, all of you are like, "Oh!" None of you can see for the next 6 seconds.
Really? Don't you think we've got enough problems?
That trap really is powerful. Holy cow.
Oh, I'm definitely going to tell someone about that door now.
Am I going to light up as well? Is this what happens? You first get zapped and then you light up? I look at my hand, like, I just wait to light up as well.
The door
right,
from the kitchen.
I'm going to go tell someone, and
You're blind. Stay here.
it's fine. Like, I know my way around. Oh.
The music stops in the kitchen. You hear footsteps. The door to the kitchen opens, and you see Fish Guts, Martin's, and Cutthroat's faces all come into the doorway.
It's all right. It's all right. We found like some kind of horrible prank trap thing on that door of the captain's.
Hi.
We think someone might be trying to kill him. All right. It's all. I'm gonna go tell Mr. Scourge now. It's gonna be fine.
He's glowing. Did you know he's glowing? Fish Guts.
Right.
Cutthroat
trap.
points at Miri.
He is, yes. Don't get too close.
Is he gonna glow all the time now?
I don't know, maybe.
I shine so bright, you gotta wear shades. Come on now.
You see Fish Guts like...
No.
He like turns around, his flagon in hand, and just walks back into the kitchen. The chicken on his shoulder, just drinking. Martin's looks around at you all, and then you see Cutthroat sort of grab hold of him and yank him back in and slam the door shut, and the music picks up again.
Yeah, I see that all now that he's trying to like get back to adventure and thieving, and then he's like, ooh. Right, I go find Mr. Scourge.
All right, the Holt crosses the deck and heads for the stairs up to the upper deck.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Shape Water and turn whatever water is on the stairs to ice underneath Holt's feet.
All right, so the wet floor of the deck under your feet, Holt, suddenly becomes very slick and slippery. I'm gonna have you make a dexterity saving throw to keep your footing. What is Miri's spell save DC?
12.
So Holt gets about halfway across the deck, and then whoop, and just you see Holt sliding across the deck.
Oh no! Oh!
A big meaty hand like reaches out and like stops you, like catches your head.
Oh, thank you.
Don't go see Mr. Scourge.
That was close. What happened?
You slipped.
Right. That's weird. All right. Gonna be more careful now.
The big meaty hand touches the floor and goes, ice, ice, ice.
Maybe.
Where the heck did that come from? Was this one of you? You think that's funny? Look, someone's trying to kill the captain. All right, we can joke around later, right?
I am still sitting on the floor looking at my hands, waiting to light up.
You're not glowing yet, sweetheart. Just give it a moment.
We don't have to tell Mr. Scourge everything.
Someone's trying to kill the captain. It's like, as things go, that's neat to know.
That's pretty important, too.
Right.
Nah.
I mean, I never met him, but
Someone does. That
charge.
just means we'll get a new captain. So, I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be Mr. Plug. You want that? I don't.
that's true. That's probably not the best.
All right.
Okay. Good point.
Let's be more careful now. All right, 1 foot, another foot. I hate winter. slowly make my way up to the deck.
So Holt exits and heads up to the deck up above. Antoinette is waiting to glow. There's no glowing. There is still the smell of burning, like the stinged smell, but no glowing at this point.
I mean, I, as a player, know that she's never going to glow like this, but Antoinette is now thinking that this trap lights her up. So I'm just going to sit here for a while.
I'm going to follow Holt up to the deck.
Uh-oh.
Gosh. I feel like Bart's just gonna sit on a crate and like wonder where they went wrong today.
Yeah, where did it all go wrong?
So,
Get this all figured out.
Holt, followed by Miri, you head upstairs through the officers' quarters and out the door onto the deck, where there is much activity. You can see currently Master Scourge is having a conversation with a tall, lanky, dark-skinned human woman with her hair kind of tied back in a bandana, pointing toward where the cannons are tied up, and sort of like they seem to be in a heated conversation about something, though you can't hear them over the sounds of the other members of the crew working and the sounds of the waves crashing. I
still glow brightly.
You are, as you come through, you're still glowing, which definitely draws the attention of a handful of your crewmates. You see Rosie kind of look over. Sendara is in the middle of just moving around some like rope and stuff on the deck, like moving it over toward where Conchabar is. Looks like she's helping him. And she stops and looks up as Holt has walked out, and then there's this light that follows, and it's a couple seconds before Miri comes out with the light. And she just sort of like steps kind of up to get Holt's attention, looking past you, Holt, at Miri, and says, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hi.
Oh, hello, Miri.
I hope you have your shades.
Why are you glowing?
Because I'm so bright.
Tripped like a trap meant for a captain. And this is the result. He also got zapped with some kind of electricity.
Yeah, I see. Yep, it looks like your side of your face. You got a little bit of Well, here, come here for a minute. And she like touches the wound on the side of your face, and she will heal you for 4 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
You're
that
welcome.
Feels so much better. Oh.
Did she cast a spell?
Yeah, she does mutter a spell under her breath. It's she says, "It looks like you've been getting up to some things." She says, "I thought you were all down in the bilges."
I was trying to clean.
Ages ago.
Oh.
But we have been busy. Like this one knocked over a barrel of boot powder.
I dropped it. I didn't knock it over.
A fucking day.
And I was trying to clean up, and I got zapped by something.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I see. Are you, Miri? Are you trying to eventually end up in the sweat box over there?
No. I was trying to clean up the mess.
Uh-huh. You, I mean, that's good. It's good to be helpful, but, you know, some of the... she lowers her voice. Some of the members of the crew that are more in charge are happy to dole out punishment for very little. You know, you shouldn't really give them excuses to do that.
So I shouldn't do anything?
I'm not saying that. It's all right to make their lives somewhat difficult, in my opinion, but just being careful about it might be a good choice.
But I wasn't trying to make it difficult. I was trying to make it better.
Oh, well, I mean, you should try to make things better for, like, the other crew members that are sort of, you know, at our level. You know, our day-to-day run-of-the-mill crew members here, like, you know, Rosie and Conchabar and the like of those. People...
But if the captain's happy, are the rest of the crew happy?
I don't know that the captain's ever really happy. I mean, I haven't had a, you know, one-on-one conversation with him. He doesn't like to deal with all of us. But, I mean, if there's any indication for the people that he has put in charge of the rest of us, I don't really care so much if he's happy. You know what I mean? I mean, I think the most important thing on a crew like this is, you know, to make sure to befriend the people that you can and be wary of the ones that you know, no matter what, are always going to be up to no good.
Oh, you mean like Holt here?
She just
Me?
smiles at Holt.
Ugh. But she's right, though.
I mean, Holt, I do care that you're constantly up to no good.
Really?
She just smiles.
I'm just trying to do my job.
I see that. I do. I think...
I'm going to lean in and whisper, he's a bit of a tattletale.
I see. Well, I think that my impression is that you may be making certain people nervous.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Doing what? I haven't done anything.
Well, you know the type of person who sort of builds up their power on very weak foundation, and then when somebody comes along who actually has a stronger foundation, they don't really like them because they know that at some point they're going to knock them down. Maybe not on purpose, but, you know, just in general, that tends to happen when you run across someone who's actually of substance. And
you know, I'm a cut purse, right? I'm not a noble. I'm just, you know, a guy.
Nobles. I'm not. Nobles are the people that build these sorry foundations, for sure. No, not nobles. But I'm just saying, you're someone, I think, who... You can be a cut purse and still be a hard worker at being a cut purse.
I did work hard. You know, takes a lot of cut purses to feed me and my boyfriend.
Oh. Did you, when they took you, did you get stuck? Did you leave him behind? Did they separate you?
No, he's dead, sadly.
Oh.
I'm actually here to learn how to like avenge his death. It all seems a bit silly now.
I'm so sorry. I will say prayers to Bismara for him and for you.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Mary's going to start crying and give Holt a hug.
Oh yeah, all right. Thanks.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't know.
It's all right. Like it's been like, I don't know, 2 weeks. So
That's not long at all.
It's not really. It's not long at all. It's just I've been so busy. Just barely had any chance to, you know, deal with it all.
I mean, if there's anything that I can do, Holt, it's, you know...
I don't know. Like, is there anything that's going to make her better? Like, I loved him, and he's just dead now. It feels so surreal. I spent most of my life with that man. Stupid wisdom and pacifism.
I mean...
You should go to sleep, Holt.
But like now, I've got to tell Mr. Scourge about like the trap on the captain's door. I don't want Captain get electrocuted.
Well, I'll take care of that. You go to sleep.
Oh, here's something you can do. Can you go with him to make sure he actually does that and tells Mr. Scourge about the trap on the captain's door?
She's looking at you, and you can see like she's got tears in her eyes, and she smiles at this, and she says, "Yeah, I can go with him and make sure that he does as he says he's gonna do."
All right, thanks.
And
I should take a break. I should. Thank you.
She puts her hand on your shoulder. She says, "If there's anything I can do, Holt, just let me know."
I will. You're very nice. You're like one of the few nice people on this boat.
Well, I try. I like to think that the winds and the seas take us where we're meant to go, and maybe we were meant to find each other. Just like,
That's
you
how
know,
I feel.
you were meant to meet your friends here. And she sort of pats Miri on the shoulder too, and flattens Miri's hair a little bit.
Cast the light fades away for me.
That's for sure. I don't know, like, what I'm gonna do with all this. Like, I wanted to learn how to be like a ruthless killing machine and like take my revenge on the person that murdered my friend, my boyfriend. But I don't know, like, there's so many problems right here, and maybe they come first.
Well, it's the small steps I've found, and you have to go through those and make sure that you take them properly. And is the person that you're looking for, are they on another ship, a pirate? Is that why
No.
you're here?
They're a noble. Like, if it was easy, like, I could have maybe just. I don't have the skills that I would need to kill someone of that sort of power. I learned from asking around at the docks that this ship is supposedly raids her ships a lot.
Oh, if she has ships, I'm sure that should they run across her in the travel lanes of the ocean, they'll definitely take what belongs to her. So you
Right, that's why I picked this ship. I figured, if nothing else, I can make her life just a little harder.
sounds like a sound plan. And if I can help, I'll help. Right, Miri?
Absolutely. But you should go restful.
Right, yeah. I appreciate this.
Take care of those emotions. Take care of what you need to.
Right,
And know you have friends now, and we will help.
that's nice. All right, I'll just go. I wander off below decks.
Okay. So Sandara looks at you, Miri, and says, and we're going to tell Master Scourge the message for Holt now?
Well,
You did just promise him, Miri, that you would go and deliver the message.
I said I would give a message to Master Scourge, yes.
And I did say that I would go with you.
Yes.
I mean...
But I didn't say when I would do it.
Oh, well, I mean, sooner is probably better than later. I mean, though Master Scourge does look somewhat busy over there.
He does.
I'll tell you something. I don't care for him very much.
Neither do I.
He, I had to punch him in the jaw the first day I was on ship.
No.
Yeah, he was a little bit pushy, and I needed to show him that there was a line of respect that he was not going to cross with me. I don't think he's very fond of me anymore, to tell you the truth. I almost knocked out one of those gold teeth.
Ooh. Gold. That sounds good.
Oh, haven't you noticed when he scowls? I won't say smile because he doesn't smile, but he scowls.
I haven't really noticed. I try not to notice.
So, shall we go give them Master Scourge Holt's message?
Sure, we'll go give Master Scourge a message.
All right, come on. And she will kind of like a hand on your back sort of guide you through the deck full of crew members.
I'll weave through and I will flatten down my hair, wipe my face, and move towards where Master Scourge is, and kind of get in a position where he can see me, but I'm not interrupting directly.
All right. So as you approach, he and the woman are going back and forth. You hear him asking, "So the grappling hooks are ready, and the ropes and things like that." "No, they're not ready to train yet for that, but I want to be prepared when we're ready to do the training. They need some more time just with general work and getting themselves in line before I'm ready for them to take the next step. Mr. Plug agrees with me on that." And she throws up her arms. She's like, Fine, what do I know? I'm just in charge of the guns and the weapons and all of that stuff. No, we don't need to be prepared now if we run across a ship. Fine, fine, Master Scourge. You and Mr. Plug are in charge. And she turns on her heels and she sort of storms past you and Sandara and heads back off. She seems to be heading in the direction of Kipper with the eye patch. And Master Scourge turns to watch. She walks away and he looks... And he sort of scowls at you, Miri, and then he looks at Sandara, and the scowl just gets deeper. And he says, "What? Aren't you supposed to be mopping the deck over there and moving those ropes?" And Sandara's like, "Just came over with a message for you. Right, Miri?"
Yes, a message.
Well?
There's a problem with the captain's cabin.
What's the problem with the captain's cabin?
It's dirty.
How would you even know if it's dirty? You're not supposed to be in the captain's cabin. Have you been talking to Tawny?
The steps are dirty, and yes, I was talking to Tawny, and I was told it was dirty, and I was cleaning the steps, and, well, I got zapped. I think somebody might be trying to kill the captain.
Did you touch the door?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Are you
I was cleaning the steps.
Mm-hmm. And you sure you didn't touch the door?
If I did, it wasn't on purpose.
Well, let's just put it this way. I think the captain's perfectly safe. And you shouldn't touch that door.
Oh, so the captain doesn't like his cabin cleaned?
That's why he's got somebody like Tawny.
Tawny doesn't do any cleaning. Are you joking?
Oh, Tawny's the best ship's girl you could get.
Oh, I'm sure she has.
You don't want to mess with Tawny.
Why is that?
Because she'll have you shot out of a cannon.
Oh. That sounds like fun.
I think that it would be great fun if you want to be shot out of a cannon. I mean, I don't think that I can get in trouble if you do it by choice. I'm not supposed to let anything happen to you on purpose.
I thought Tawny was gonna get shot out of the cannon. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
No. But if you want to volunteer, you just let Master Scourge know.
Not at all. So nobody needs to clean the steps, even though they were filthy. They had like muddy footprints all over those steps and everything.
Oh no, if they're filthy, you can clean them. It's just, if you get too close and something happens, I mean, I guess you're just gonna have to be careful, aren't you?
Well, how does somebody knock on the captain's door?
Do you have reason to knock?
Not today, but maybe in the future.
Perhaps those that have reason to knock know what to do about the door.
Oh. But what if the door's dirty and I want to clean it?
You go right ahead and clean the dirty door.
Well, I'm not going to do it now unless you tell me how to turn this thing off.
Oh no.
I don't want to get zapped again.
Well, I guess you're going to have to think creatively if you really want that door clean. Because I'm not going to tell you how to turn off the thing.
I don't care if the door's dirty or not. I just thought the captain would like a clean door.
I'll take it up with the captain and see what he thinks about a clean door. Maybe he'll have you clean the door. Actually,
Okay.
I'll check with Mr. Plug first about the door, and then we'll get back to you.
Okay, I guess.
But your concerns have been noted.
Well, thank you, Mr. Plug.
No, I'm Master Scourge.
I'm sorry, Master.
Remember
Scourge.
that.
Yes, sir.
Do you need a reminder?
No.
I've struggled a little bit with getting some of my punishments in these last few days. I'm feeling a little put out. I mean, if you want to help me remedy that, I'm all for that too.
Oh, no. The punishment, your punishments have been noted. I don't want any of those.
You should be wary of the company you keep. And he looks at Sandara. She smiles.
I'll smile at him and I'll put my arm around Sandara. Oh, I've got great company.
Are the bilges clean?
Spotless.
Well, You're lucky. The day's just about over.
Are you gonna go down and check?
No.
Oh.
He looks
Okay.
he looks at Sandara. You go check. She's like, all right, I'll go check. She turns to walk away. Take him with you.
I don't need to go check. I know they're clean.
He just looks at you, squints his eyes. You can go with her.
As you wish.
That's the reply I'm expecting. And he'll turn and he walks to the stairs at the stern and he walks up the stairs.
I'm gonna cast Shape Water and turn the stairs icy.
Alright, do me a favor because there are people around. Roll me a stealth roll to do it sneakily. Alright?
Boy.
Alright, so
Oh boy.
I'm gonna roll a saving throw.
Clearly, it was meant to.
Let's see.
It was meant to be.
It really was.
Alright, he starts
Oh
up
my
the stairs and he gets up about 2 steps and slips, but he manages to grab onto the either side of the stairs on the rail, and his feet go out, but he holds himself with his arms, and you hear him hiss and look down, and he whips around. But at this point, Sandara has like turned and started walking away.
I walked behind her.
And your both backs are turned, and he just looks around, is like, and you hear somebody snicker, and he's like, "Stop that laughing, or I'll lash you." Who did that? Looking around, and then he, using his hands on the rails, pulls himself up the rest of the way to the stern deck, and makes his way over toward Mr. Plug, who looked over at this, his eyebrow raised questioningly, and you see the two of them like kind of get close and start sort of talking quietly between the two. The parrot that sits on top of the cage with the dead body in it that's above the ship's wheel is like, "What? Don't slip. What? Don't slip. I'm gonna kill that bird." So, meanwhile, downstairs, Bart and Antoinette, you were kind of waiting down below. Antoinette, you never glue. You never, like, lit up.
Glue.
Glue. Yeah, past tense. I knew it as soon as I said it. You never started to glow. No, she did get glued. She just never glued.
That's true.
I got the words.
Yep.
So, and Bart, you're just sort of sitting down there. What are you two doing while the others went up above?
But I'm hugely disappointed that I don't glow. I'm very sad about this. Bart, what are you doing?
I'm just like I said, I'm just sitting there thinking. So I'm pretty quiet. Going over everything that's happened today, you know.
After a little bit, go ahead, Antoinette.
So, remind me, we're still where the barrels are, correct?
Yes, you're still down below by where the barrels are.
Okay.
Owlbear is sitting underneath his linen that was tossed over him. He seems content to stay under the linen. He hasn't taken it off.
And I'm like looking down at my feet, so I mean, no one's watching you.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
it's
just
fine.
saying.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here, watching my hands, waiting to glow.
After a short time, Holt, you when you make your way back down, this is the scene you come on. Owlbear resting beneath the linen, Antoinette staring at her hands, and Bart looking down at the deck.
Boy.
Oh, at least he's not in any more trouble. And you can see that Holt's been crying.
Oh. You all right, Holt?
Well, yeah, I'm fine. Just, you know,
Master Scourge root you.
she asked about my past my boyfriend, who's sadly no longer with us, and I got sad.
Ooh.
You know, I don't even have anything to like a memento or something. I didn't bring one. Like I just sold everything that we had together to buy like the chainmail and the battle axe and the helmet, and then I went off to become a pirate in the hopes that I could not avenge his death. I didn't bring anything, and then they took it all. And I tried to be a good sport about it, you know, and say, oh, it's all right, it's just stuff, I don't need it, I'll get it back at some point. But like, that was everything I had. Everything in the world. Now, like, am I just going to forget him at some point? I've been so distracted that there's been moments where I haven't even thought about him. And he's only been dead for a couple of weeks. Is this life now?
Well, you can't think about such things all the time, or, I mean, I doubt he would want you to think about such things all the time. He'd want you to keep on living, you know?
He was like that. You know, he was a pacifist. Never hurt anyone.
You know.
All the jobs we get offered from the Thieves Guild and such that were like a little more rough and tumble, he'd be like, no, we can't do that. That's wrong. You know, but the money's so good, though. He said, no. And I just went along with it. He was such a good man. He was a way better man than I was.
We could see about getting your stuff back.
I don't know.
I don't think it would be too hard.
I've got a leather armor now. That's fine. Like, the battle axe would be nice.
Okay. Noted.
I'm sure I'll get it back eventually.
Yes, of course.
Like, I've got to believe that when a battle breaks out, that they'll hand out weapons. Like, they don't expect all these sailors to fight with their bare hands. That doesn't make any sense.
Would make sense.
It's such a weird ship, this. Like,
Yes, it is. I agree. I've been on a few ships, as far as I can remember. None quite like this, though.
I've
None
never been
quite
on a
like
ship
this.
before.
So
I've
this
never
isn't
left
what
my
it's
home.
normally like.
What was that?
So
Actually?
this isn't what it's normally like on a ship. I thought all ships were like this.
Not been my experience.
What's different?
Oh, it's a little, oh boy. Officers are a little distant, I guess, and the ones who aren't are a little too mean, perhaps?
Huh.
Mr. Pluggers are wrong.
Yeah, the sending other crew members after crew members is a little much, as far as I know.
Oh, I thought this was all like how it was always like.
How is it that you've been on so many ships then?
Oh, I mean, you know, you flit about, stuff like that.
I've never been on a ship before.
Yeah, are you like an explorer or like a trader or?
No, just a sailor, you know. Lifelong pirate.
Like, were you born on a ship?
I don't remember. Although I guess if I was a baby, I wouldn't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember when I was born either.
No, I haven't really thought about it. But what I do remember is quite interesting. So, you know.
Don't just say that and not tell me. If it's interesting, I won't know.
Oh, well, you know. You go about raiding ships here and there.
You've already been on raids?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Why haven't tell me all about it. What happens?
Well, so usually you fire your cannons for a while at each other, you know, come up alongside, pew, 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 stuff like that. You usually don't, well, I guess it depends on what your goal is with the ship. If you want to take the ship and sell it, then you don't really want to break it. But if you just want to sink it and take the stuff off of it, then that's whatever. But eventually you probably board, swing ropes over to the other side. Maybe take some hostages, maybe hire some people to join your crew.
How does swinging ropes to the other side? How does that help? Like, do the ropes hit people?
No. You grab them, and you swing across.
Oh, right. That does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I should get practicing.
Why don't you just swim across? Like, get in the water.
I was gonna say, if you're good enough at swimming, you can do that too.
That makes sense. I don't understand this rope swinging when you can just swim.
Well, the rope swinging takes you to the deck. If you swam across, you'd have to climb up, which, granted, could be pretty cool. If you had a knife in your mouth, and just, stuff. So, really, either way would be just as cool, in my opinion.
So, have you done this before? The rope swinging and the knife in your mouth. How did that turn out?
Well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it turned out well.
It turned out well, yes.
And these ships you've been on, they're posh ships, right? You've been with the Royal Navy, I assume, something like that, right?
I think there was one like that. Yes.
Because you sound awful posh. I'm just saying. I don't think that's a normal accent for Sahuagin. I've never met another Sahuagin, but it sounds odd.
It's my accent. Pretty normal for me, I think. I've talked this way as long as I can remember.
Like a posh human. Like a noble. And are you a noble? Do you
Not
know?
that I'm aware of.
You're not like a secret prince or something?
Oh.
Because I've read stories where, some random bloke just suddenly finds out he's like a prince.
That would be pretty cool, actually, maybe. I don't know. We should look into that.
Does Sahuagin even have princes?
Yes, actually, as far as I'm aware. I have
awesome.
heard such things.
Cool.
Barons and princes and kings.
I was thinking for a while that maybe you were a real Sahuagin and you were like a polymorphed human, like with magic.
I don't think so. Pull my big little thing between my fingers. No.
Don't think that's how it works, but all right. But you've always been a Sahuagin, right?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
All right. So there goes that theory. All right. Well, that's distracted me from, all the sadness. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
And you too, Ant-Man. Thanks for listening. If you've got any sad stories, then, by all means, come find me.
Sure.
I'll try to think of some.
Yeah, me
You
too.
don't have to be sad. I'm just saying.
Well, I won't think of them then.
All right. All right.
At this point, you hear the clump of feet coming downstairs, and you see Sandara around the corner, followed by Miri behind her, who no longer glows. The glowing has stopped at some point.
Oh, hello.
Hi, everyone. I thought you were going to bed, Holt.
Oh, they cheered me up.
Good.
They're good friends.
That's good.
Did everything work out with Mr. Scourge?
Yes, he said not to worry about it and told us to go check. Told Sandari here to go check the bilge to make sure it was nice and clean.
I think the bilge looks extremely clean and lovely, and I'm not going to go check the bilge.
Sounds good to me.
That's fair.
I, unlike other people, I trust that if you say it's clean, it's clean.
It is actually clean. We did a good job.
Well,
It's true. Holt used magic. It was pretty impressive.
I don't know how to do magic. That'd be
Oh.
silly.
magic, huh? That's
I don't know.
very nice.
I've never seen myself use magic before. Like, I can heal people, by touching them, but I don't know if that's magic.
Yes,
I don't
that's
say any words or something. I don't No,
Alright.
because I've seen you do the healing thing, And you like say some words to your
That's
god.
fair. You do have to say words in my
Right.
case.
Yeah, and I've never done that before.
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of various kinds of magic. She takes out a pipe out of her belt and she, like, taps some tobacco into her pipe.
It's the pipe magic.
Oh, it's a pipe. I felt like having a smoke.
Don't smoke over there.
Don't smoke here. Like,
Explosives.
Miri spilled like a barrel of gunpowder.
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, we did a good job cleaning it, but let's not take risks.
Oh. You spilled a whole barrel of gunpowder then?
Right, we cleaned it up.
We
though.
did clean it up.
I dropped it.
And look, I wrote boom powder on the remaining barrels so everyone would know not to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
It was heavy.
I'll wait to have my pipe till later. She taps the tobacco back into her little pouch and pulls it shut. It's got this nice sort of like oaky, like rum barrel scent to it. Like it smells pretty good. Like when she closes it, puts the pouch back in her side, puts the pipe away. I'll just wait to have my pipe.
Right, that whole thing just distracted me. You were saying something about magic.
Oh, just that there are all kinds of magic that, you know, I mean, some people learn it from books, some people, they acquire it from their bond with the natural world. Other people, I mean, I've heard stories of how it's just sort of born into their bloodline. You know, my own abilities, I feel like are a blessing from my goddess. She wants to give me the best chance I have to do whatever I can to fulfill my life adventuring on the seas, and so that's where my powers come from, and she brings me inspiration to do them. So maybe something like that has happened with yourself, Holt.
I don't know.
I mean,
if I notice anything else weird happening, I'll come find you and maybe.
Sure, definitely. I mean, if you ever want to talk about anything like that, I'm here.
Right.
Otherwise, anything though, not even just magic, whatever, and that goes for all of you. I think that it's good to know who we can all trust, and I feel like I can trust each of you, and I hope that you feel the same about me. And
Bart's gonna walk up and throw an arm around Sandar and say, "Yes, Sandar is very trustworthy. She got me my hat back."
Oh, I did get you your hat
Really?
back.
She is
that's
a
nice.
priestess of Bismara, yes?
I am. Yes, I am.
Good.
Is that what Bismara's all about? Returning people's lost property?
Oh no, Bismara's more about the sea and sailor safety on the sea and creatures that are part of the sea, but I will give you a little hint. When when I acquired Bart's hat and when I got my own items back, Cutthroat is a bit on the what would I say,
Lax side?
No, she's more like superstitious a little bit, and so I leaned a little heavily into her not wanting to upset Bismara by upsetting someone who believes so deeply in the goddess, and it went a long way to convince her that it might be a good idea to have me for her to be on my good side, and vice versa, and she's definitely She puts on a good face, but there's a lot under the surface there with Cutthroat.
Yeah,
Though-
You got the rest of our stuff back?
I mean, I could inquire. I mean, she does see a lot of it as the captain's booty now. It's been claimed, and I mean, she'll sell things back to you if you go in and you want to barter with her. She'll sell them back to you. I mean, I could see if she'll give me back a few other things, though I don't think she'd part with everything. From what I heard, you had quite a few interesting items.
Well, I did win some money gambling the other night.
Ah, so you're one step closer to acquiring items from the quartermaster store.
How much are we talking?
I can't say. You'd have to see how what kind of mood Cutthroat's in at the time. Also, you might, if she's been drinking, depending on how far gone she is, you might be able to convince her to lower the price a bit.
I don't think I've ever seen her not drink.
Does she play drinking games?
A lot.
Occasionally she's been, but mostly if she's not in the quartermaster store, she's she and Fishguts seem to be fast friends, and they share a love of the finer things if they can get their hands on them, alcohol and food.
Do they actually share a love, like a real love?
No,
I have wondered that.
I don't know. I don't. I think that there's a deep mutual respect between them, if nothing else. But but I don't know about the rest. I haven't known them that long, so.
Guts doesn't seem the type, but he also seems like a nice man. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's very nice from my experience with him.
Really?
You know,
A lot worse.
he told me he was a professional chef before he came aboard this ship.
Man.
Couldn't have been very successful.
Well, yeah.
What makes you say that then?
He's here.
He's here, that's true.
We're all here. Well, they kidnap some people. They just yank them off the streets.
I know.
They could do that with a famous chef.
That's true.
Well, from what I hear, having talked to a few of the members of the crew who've been here a little bit longer than I have, the rumor is that Fishguts, he made a wager with the captain, and apparently he lost the wager, and that's what has him here. Apparently he wagered his life on a hand of cards and he lost, and so now he serves at the captain's, good nature,
Pleasure.
goodwill, pleasure.
Yeah, somehow that doesn't seem like a very good bet to make, just in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know the details behind, but apparently it's been a couple of years at least that he's been in this situation.
You only make bets that you're certain you'll win. That's, if you've got like some secret.
It's a good rule to go by, I think. Don't put all your cards in all your eggs in one basket, all your, chips in on one hand.
Unless you know you're going to win.
Well.
Yeah.
I just, you always have to be careful. There is that possibility of someone rigging the game in their favor, and you don't expect it. But
Right, these are pirates. I mean, I bet they cheat.
of course they cheat.
Yeah.
And she winks.
I just got to cheat better.
And that's the name of the game. But, and you hear the bell upstairs, and she's like, well, looks like it's the end of the work day. It looks like dinner and
I'm ready for some dinner.
rest and relaxation, I think, on my part. I've had a long day. I think you all have as well.
I don't see Fishguts making the dinner, and I don't see you in there either, Bart. I think you've got a lot of work ahead of you.
Hey, they told me to do the bilges. I don't know.
Should
Not my
we
fault.
help?
If you want, sure, we can do like a cookie montage in there.
I don't know what a montage is, but sure, I'll help. I'll help you do a montage.
I think it's a French word.
I've heard of the French. They sound awful. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just like instant dislike.
Don't think about the word, yeah.
Yeah,
They,
just
they have good wine.
no offense to any French people. But
You hear from the other room, did you say good wine?
Indeed.
So if you head toward the kitchen, you do get there as you can hear like clattering going on inside, because you hear the bell sounding up above from the clock that's on the main mast, and you can hear like some clattering inside. The music has stopped, and when you open the door and look inside, you can see Fishguts is kind of lumbering with a large pot and sort of teetering on uncertain legs.
oh, let me help you with that, sir.
What? Oh, all right. And he hands this big pot over to Holt. And he has, like, bowls, but he's got them stacked up on his head because he didn't have enough hands to carry all the bowls.
No, let me get those. Let me get some bowls.
He takes the bowls down. The chicken pecks at his hand, and he's like, Miss Isabel, no. They're helping, not harming.
Too. Like, that is some amazing balance that you've got.
Mm-hmm. I do this all the time.
I'll take the bowls in my hand.
You see in his, like, dirty chef's apron in the pocket are, like, all these, like, wooden spoons kind of split in there. And he looks over and he, like, picks up a big sack of more biscuits and he, like, walks them toward the door. And he's like, stew and biscuits for supper. Mm-hmm.
A classic, sir. Classic.
Sounds fantastic.
Fish stew. And biscuits. And you see Martin's in the corner, sitting at a table already eating his stew. And he's got like 3 extra biscuits and a cup of ale on the table. And he just sort of waves from the corner. And Fish Guts just sort of wobbles along. Come on, everyone's hungry. And he'll lead you up to the deck. Your whole tribe following with all of the fixings. Cutthroat follows along. And she's carrying like her tankard and Fish Guts tankard topped off, and she walks up behind, and the door just kind of stays open. The goats run back out behind them, and you make it up to the upper deck with everything. The goats stay in the hold running after the pigs again. You hear the pigs squealing as the goats chase after them. Owlbear pokes his head out from under his linen, watching everything go by.
I like how he just stayed under there.
And
I toss him a biscuit.
He like is just looking, holding the thing, and he just goes, and he attempts to catch it in his mouth.
Oh, come on, Owlbear.
Come on, Owlbear.
Let's go.
Dexterity roll. It sort of pings off the upper bridge of his nose, and he just reaches out with the hand and like goes after it and kind of pulls it back and starts munching on it.
Good try, buddy. Good try. And then keep walking to the deck.
All right, so you all make it up to the deck. You see the rest of the crew. You see the riggers coming down out of the rigging. You see the swabs sort of putting away their buckets and things like that, and cleaning up and sort of securing any tools and things like that they used. You can see a few of the officers, aside from Master Scourge and Mr. Plug, heading across and sort of going into the captain's cabin. And
I'm going to observe the first person that goes in to see if I can see how they turn off the electric.
All right, so make a perception check.
Clever.
I'm going to use my advantage on this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you watch as it looks like Peppery Longfarthing goes toward the door first. And you see as she gets to the door, she sort of stops and she gives like a triple tap knock on this door. She doesn't get electrocuted by the door here on deck up above. And you can just hear like it sounds like a twang, and then the door opens and you can see on the other side of the door, kind of set in the ceiling at an angle, is a crossbow pointed at the door.
Hello.
And you see Tawny, the cabin girl for the captain, standing there. She's like holding like a rope. It looks like she like pulled it to untrigger the trap. And she's standing there and she kind of swings the door open further. And Peppery starts walking in. Kipper eventually makes his way across, and the other like ship's officers all sort of like bake their way to the door, and one by one go inside the captain's cabin before Tawny closes the door again.
Interesting. I'll start dishing out stuff to the crew members as they come up.
All right, so you dish out dinner. Everyone kind of lines up and collects their bowls and kind of settles in at their regular positions. You see Rosie kind of off on her own. Conchabar is kind of up on the bow, up on the upper deck of the bow, sort of sitting on the railing watching Rosie while he eats. You see Sandara has kind of just kind of settled herself near where the cannons are kind of tied up. And then the rest of the crew, there's that small group of the cutthroats that were giving Holt a hard time. You see Aretta and Phipps and Jaundice Jape all kind of like around where Master Scourge and Mr. Plug are. They sort of settled themselves in close enough, and they're kind of all talking amongst each other. Jack Scrimshaw's bowl's kind of off to one side, and he's kind of like cutting into and sort of doing a design in a bone from somewhere. Just, you see him with a little knife sort of working on his design. He stops every once in a while and he sort of takes a bite of his stew, puts it back down, and goes back to work.
I try to connect for like a second with everyone I give food to, like a look, a smile, you look like you worked hard, that sort of stuff. You've earned this, some positive reinforcement.
Some of, and most of them, like there's a fair share of them who give you just like a nod, like they don't really have any hard feelings toward you. A couple of them you haven't really gotten on a first name basis with yet, though. There's probably about, all in all, there's about 20 plus crew members here, and you really haven't gotten to know too many of the rest of them as you've been busy during the day doing work and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there's only a handful of maybe like 6 of them that really just sort of take their food and kind of give you like a dirty look, Holt.
The bullies.
Mm-hmm. Badger, the one that you healed her hand, the older woman with the shaved hair with the gray streaks, she takes it and she looks at you and gives you a nod and kind of a, what you think is an attempt at a smile. She's not very good at it, and she says, "Thank you very much."
You're doing all right, Badger.
Well, things are much easier without the cuts and the wounds all in my hand, so
I'm glad to hear that.
I appreciate it. I owe you for that.
Oh, it's all right.
Well, thanks again. I think you're all right.
You as well.
All right. Well, and she very like awkwardly kind of walks off, finds a spot not too far. She kind of sits near Sandara, though she doesn't really like acknowledge her. And then the rest of you are able to get your food. It's a nice night. Everybody kind of goes about, and there's some people setting up to gamble again as usual. A couple people just sort of make their way down to go to sleep, turning in for an early night. And Cutthroat, after finishing her food, looks around, sees no sign of Martin's, so immediately storms back downstairs and drags him upstairs and makes him sit on the stairs to the bow deck, and she kind of sits down against the rail and is like, to which he plays some more music for her. His
voice has to be getting shot right now. He's
right?
singing a lot.
Mm-hmm. But otherwise, so it's going into the evening. So just quick, are each of you planning to do for the evening before we close out for tonight?
Well, I think Bart's gonna go over and sit with Sandara and just like chat.
Okay.
Maybe tell jokes to each other, stuff like that.
I'm going to take some private time to reflect on Damon's death and his memory.
Okay.
I'm going to go. No, Miri.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go downstairs to the barrels.
Oh no!
And I'm going to just take one barrel for now, and some of the linen cloth. And I want to take it down to the villagers and hide it in the deepest, darkest corner behind the cloth.
All right. Just roll me a stealth real quick.
A stealth. Exciting. Go.
All right. All right, so you go down and collect a barrel from the collection.
Stomp, 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 stomp.
Pick it up, it rolls away a little bit. All right.
Let's see how well I can carry this, actually. Hang on. Let's see.
Like dragging it. Okay.
Again, I carry it well.
And
Stomp.
roll me a sleight of hand for hiding it amongst the bilge. All right.
Alright.
All right. And Miri, what are you up to this evening?
So I'm going to go and take whatever is left in the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to carry it around and make small talk with all the people on the deck and dole out a little bit of extra to everybody, whatever's left over. Trying to endear myself to all of the crew and show them, what a wonderful person that I am.
All right, do me a favor as we do this, and just roll me a persuasion, but you can roll with advantage.
I was hoping you were going to say deception.
Ouch.
Man.
All right, so, and I think that we will close out on this evening as you all go about these activities, and eventually this will lead to going off to bed and waking up the next morning. So, why don't we, as we end this adventure for today with, various more shenanigans, let's go around and do some plugs. So why don't we'll start with Dylan, because Dylan...
Sure. Hi, I'm Dylan. Hey, on Saturdays on twitch.tv/PowerscoreRPG, you can find me and Jeanette playing in the new Acquisitions Incorporated adventure, Orrery of the Wanderer. I believe we just finished Chapter 2 and picked our company positions. So come... Oh, and Jeanette's character may be dying, so there's that too. So, yeah, come see us have some wacky fun, maybe watch a character die, all sorts of fun stuff.
It's okay, it's probably my own fault.
Probably, to be fair.
It's true. All right, and how about Kat?
I don't have any other online streamed games, so I don't have anything to plug, but I'm having fun here. So we'll see where the gunpowder takes me.
Oh boy.
I don't even want to...
And how about PaladinHulk?
Hi everybody, I'm PaladinHulk. I am a Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday and Little Red Dot. Aside from appearing in this amazing show, I'm also a regular on Margaret Crone's charity D&D game, where I play Mortimer Jones, aging investigator who's on the lookout for his wife, who doesn't remember where she is. It's real sad too. And you can donate to charity, which is amazing. And in about a month or so, I'm going to be joining a masks game on Welcome to the Party RPG, which is going to be really cool if I'm going to be the judge of any of the characters in the cast thing. So look forward to that.
Awesome.
That's me.
Very cool. And how about Brad?
I'm just enjoying this and the shenanigans of Miri and having fun and watching some of the other Twitch streams that are out there.
Excellent. And we'll be back in 2 weeks at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for our next adventure on the high seas. And I am still working on getting my my next Call of Cthulhu game going. It's on the off Monday from this game. Haven't done it yet. I've been busy, work and stuff, but that's fine. We'll get to it. Otherwise, yeah, find me on PowerScore RPG and also on Scotty Hood's Twitch channel on every other Saturday night at 7 p.m. I'm playing in Ghosts of Saltmarsh, so I actually get to do some piratey shenanigans. So, good times. But thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone for catching up when you do later on, and for donating and things like that. It helps support the channel, and I can try to do some more fun things. So, and thank you to my awesome players, because I have so much fun with this. And I missed
And thank
everybody
you
last
to
time.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
enjoying
you.
this. It's a good crew. I love my pirate crew. So, all right. Well, everyone take care, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.